Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm your host, Shane Guilford, and you've joined us for round 9 of the Racecentre V8 League for 2022. Today's very exciting. It's our first Enduro of the season. The other one will be at Bathurst, but tonight it's a 75 lap stomper around Melbourne, based down in Springvale, Victoria, around the SANDOWN race course, known as the home of horsepower. We're got a huge field tonight, and we're in quali at the moment, so we're going to get straight to it, back on track, and we're going to see who's doing well. We've only got a minute 20 to go in the left in quali. Before we get into formalities, I just want to bring up a couple of stats. The guys have got 3 tyre compounds here at Sandown, because being Victoria, you never know what's going to happen. So the white band will be the soft tyre, the green wet tyre, and yellow the hard tyre. So keep your eye on the tyre walls of these cars as they head around this 3-kilometre circuit. 75 laps, going to be pretty big tonight. So the boys are very excited. Heaps of energy here in Entertainment Park. We're actually full. We've got all 8 drivers here tonight, which is great to see. Shout out to Lethal, who broke his leg and will be out for a couple of months, so we're going to miss him here at Sandown. Hope he's well, and we'll hope to see him towards the end of the season. But as you can see on the track map in the top right-hand corner, we've got a few cars out on the track at the moment. Leading the grid at the moment with a second to go before the checkered flag comes out will be Daniel Obertasano, followed closely by Wayne Walker in P2. Daniel posted a 103.9. I want to bring up the time because Daniel keeps blinking in and out, so we're not too sure what's going on there. But he is in pole position. Wayne Walker is going to be his first V8 race with us here tonight, but definitely Obertasano and Walker have been battling out all year long in the Down Under series that you'll get to watch this Saturday night as well. Harrison Tev up in P3. Craig Broadbent, our championship leader, he's going to start from P4. McLennan, Pettis, Black, Collins, Bryce, and Mays rounding out the top 10. As I said, 21 cars, and just finished quali, so the guys will be getting in pit lane, ready for the big race, 75 laps. So that's the end of quali. Boys are going into warm-up. So we've just got to announce a couple of things and let the boys know the proceedings for gridding up. And I'll just remind everyone. We'll just see if anyone needs a quick toilet break before 75 laps, and we'll be right with you.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now. Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
gentlemen, the boys have started lap 4 of fast 75. I've just joined in. There was a massive pile-up at the start. We had to restart the race, but the boys have had a better start to the second attempt at the start. Beautiful sunshine here in Melbourne, Springvale, around the Springvale horse racing circuit. We're watching Bill Cosmo down in P12 as he circulates. We've got our biggest field tonight. We're thankful everyone's come. It's a 21 car grid, so it's our first Enduro also. So double points for the boys tonight. That's Harrison Tebb from P4. He's got it loose coming in, and he's now falling way down P11. Gonna have to pick it up and get back in the groove as he tries to navigate his way back onto the track, rejoining in P11. Walker coming into P1, starting the gap. Opposano just a slight bit into P2, and Craig Broadbent's right behind them, so he's now getting in his groove now that he's not dealing with Harrison Tebb right behind him. They're stretching away. Alex Kiddis, Boost Mobile, he's posting some really quick times from 106.4. Fastest lap of the race at the moment to 106.072 from Walker. Gives a quick chance to check what tyre strategy drivers are on, because it is such a long race. We see the front of the field on softs. Christian Conn the first on hard, so he's going for the long haul this time, and he's got Brad Mays right behind him. So David Baker also changing to hards as well, back in P21. Not where he wants to be, but hopefully he can get in his groove as well. Most of the rest of the field are on hards, and that's probably why they're towards the back of the field at the moment, unable to get away at the front there. Watch Alex Kiddis. Rich and one. Oh, Black and Collins both going wide there. Collins managing to get back on track. Up P6. It's such a long race. These guys are settling, got to get in a groove, and the quicker they do that, the quicker they stop making the little mistakes. We watch Collins go through the trap at 220 kilometers an hour. See Bryce Wild charging down Gabriel Nunes, both drivers from Entertainment Park here in Bankstown. It's the Racecentre headquarters. So we've actually got a full field tonight, and I'll have a chance to show you everyone on driver cam, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Back up the front, Wayne Walker. Still got Daniel Opposano right behind him. Now we're settling into lap 7 of 75. Thanks to my co-commentator who couldn't be with us tonight. He's just mentioned that too much music with the commentary. It's overpowering the commentary. So thanks for that, Dave. Appreciate that. All right. So now that they're settled in, we'll go through the field. It looks like we're about to get a car lapped, but it's Wayne Walker, Opposano, Broadbent, your top three. Alex Kiddis staying in touch there. And he's got Chris McLennan behind him in P5. Matt Collins, P6, and there's Scott Flack trying to chase down the back of Collins at the moment. Brad Martin and Christian Conn, they'll be together all night, I'd say. They're missing David Baker, but we saw him spin out on the final turn a few laps ago, and he ended up pitting because of it. So he's 14 seconds off the pace at the moment. And Brad Mays, we haven't seen him all afternoon. He's P10 in the power-equipped Yanmar Ford Mustang. Behind him, he's got Harrison Tebb coming back through the field. Still in P11, but reducing that deficit. A bit of a gap back towards Bill Cosmo, still sitting in P12 all by himself. Troy Kozlowski doing a great job. He's actually normally races with us from Queensland, but he's come to visit us here at Entertainment Park. So he's racing with us on site as well. So very excited to have him here race with us as well. Justin Bryce about to clean up the back of him at the moment. Lap 9 is 75. Alpa Axcu, he's normally up further as well, so he might have got caught up in an earlier incident. He's got JJ, Johnny Jr., Will Arena right behind him, and they'll probably be together most of the night as well. Okay, so that's Junior in P16. Bryce Royal had a mistake on just on the start finish line there, and he's managed to get back up into P17. Looks like he got past Gabriel Nunes. But we've got Braden Pritchard, who won his opening round with us at the British Touring Car at Eastern Creek. It was his first race with us, and he cleaned up, taking out the round as well. So look out for him cutting back through the field. He's not as comfortable in the V8 he mentioned earlier, so hopefully he gets to grips with it. This is his first night in the V8, so it's a lot to ask in a 75-lap race as Gabriel Nunes is behind him in P19. Further down, Eli Newman for Leadfoot Racing in the Holden. He's got the beautiful Dragon Ball livery, currently in P20. Looks like someone's in the pits there. And that looks like Gabriel Nunes popping in. Looks like he'll be coming in for tyres. He's on hards at the moment. It looks like Wayne Walker posting a 105.338. He's smashing it at the moment. And he's got dropping Opposano just a tad at the moment. It looks like David Baker wants to get up away because here comes Wayne Walker. And Baker doesn't really want to be seeing this in his rear vision mirror. He's trying to get past Eli Newman. Oh, they both come down the main straight now. Walker got about a 1.7 lead ahead of Opposano now. So Walker doesn't want to get held up with this, otherwise he's going to lose his great work that he's done for the first 12 laps. Guys that should be receiving the blue flag at the moment, meaning there's a lap car. And Eli manages to let him go, but he's still got David Baker, which shouldn't be a problem as we see Baker just rolling over the side there, letting Walker go through, and Opposano really wants to come in through that pack. By the end of the straight, he really wants to get past the Racecentre car of David Baker. But they all pack into the turn now. Oh, Baker just balking on late braking. Wasn't sure what to do there, but he's moved out of the way just in time, which is a good job. Alex Geddes still up in 4th position for the number 44, so it's all fitting for him in the Boost Mobile Mustang. Chris McLennan still behind, but he's dropping a few seconds back as well. These guys really spreading out around the track, as we can see in the track map in the top right-hand corner. So we're watching Chris McLennan. We'll go to his driver cam. We can see Chris McLennan in VR on screen at the moment, and this is how he does it. Looks like the Pimax VR headset. So he's got I think 240 degree view inside those goggles. You can see how wide they are. Usually it's about a 180 degree viewing, but the Pomac's quite a nice, and he has time to look around. Having a look at the weather outside, looks like the sun's gone. Hopefully that comes back pretty soon. That's Chris McLennan. Who else have we got on driver cam? Looks like we've got Justin Bryce, who is Justin Bryce has moved up into P11 in the triple threat Service Australia. Holden, who's also on the Pimax VR headset there. You can see him tethering the cable from above, where it's got a nice big fan keeping him cool. When you do wear these VR glasses, it does take away your body's natural instinct to cool yourself down, so you need external help to do that, because the body's not seeing, it's stopping its thermal regulation, so you need to fix that externally yourself. It's getting quite darker on the circuit here. I'm not too sure if the track temp's dropping at the moment. I think we've got the camera on Gabriel Nunes at the moment as well, so we'll cross to him. That's Gabriel on screen there. You can see that's the our sim centre at Entertainment Park at Racecentre headquarters. Even got Phil, our spectator there. He's observing. He wants to come and join us. So while I'm just looking at the cars there, I can see some spots of rain on some of the windscreens, so it looks like it's raining. Wasn't expecting that, so we'll go and see what's going on. I just see Gabriel's windscreen, see if we can see what's happening here. We see the wipers going, and he's struggling to turn in. So it definitely looks like it's sprinkling out there, so it's definitely getting wet. Just see if I can check the bomb out and see what the forecast is for Melbourne. I'll just bring it across and show you viewers to see what the weather's doing, what to expect. As we just saw, looks like that was Bradley Mays going through there. Oh, and that's the weather, that's the forecast. So we can see that front moving in, so it's bringing a bit of rain at the moment. This will be very slippery. We've got 60 laps to go, and it's going to get very wet. Oh, Bryce Royal getting tangled up in the background with Daniel Opatisano. We just saw him getting tangled up. And Bryce Royal doing 360s down the main straight. So we'll see where Daniel Opatisano is. He's not too far behind Wayne Walker. Wayne Walker's also battling and lapping. I think it's Junior, Johnny Junior, and Bradley Martin. They're sitting back in. Oh, I can't see them. Trying to look on P13 and 14. So, well, that's the weather pattern for now. We'll go back on live on track. We know it's raining already, so let's see. Hopefully it just blows over and leave these guys to race on. Looks like Johnny Junior's oh, he's overshot it there into the grass, and he might do a 360. Will he collect anyone on the way through? Doesn't look like it, so he's unfortunately got to spin around. He's struggling to get back on track. Look how many places he's dropping back. Down to P18 now, probably be P19. Alpha Axcu also dropping back, but it looks like he's in the pit. He's rolling out. He's on hards at the moment. Looks quite clear there. The sun's come back out, so Looks like the weather's rolled through, so we're not seeing too much more, although we're seeing a lot of mist and the track's still probably wet, but we'll keep going as it's lap 18 of 75. I can see the wipers are still on, which most of them have got automatic wipers, but Operasono's dropped back to about 3.5 seconds, probably due to that incident with the back marker Bryce Royal, who's now in pit lane. Show the tyres, see if anyone's gone in for wet. So we see Alex Kittis went in for wets and he's come out, but now the track's dried up, so he's stuck out there in wets, while the guys, looks like Junior's coming to pit as well. And Alpha Axcu's also coming for wets. Track must be slippery if they've come in for the wet so far, but so we see Junior rejoining the track and Broadbent just giving way to an entering car. See if there's any battles on track, because the guys are spreading out and really diving in. We can see Teb up in a P6, originally in P7. So this is for position. That's Christian Cond up in P5. That's an awesome job. If I can show Christian Cond center of screen. And he's also racing with us. There you can see him in the center. We'll just see if I can pan around the shop to show you all the drivers. That's David Baker right up the far in number 1, Christian Cond next to him. And we've got Braden Pritchard driving with us as well on his first V8 race with us. He's coming to terms with the heavier car. But we're watching Christian Cond battle Harrison Teb there. It looks like that cloud's coming back, so bit of reprieve. So the guys that did come in on the wets will now probably benefit from making another pit stop. Bryce Royal, Upper Axcu and Alex Kittis are on wets at the moment. We can see the boys really struggling to get the cars turned. Wayne Walker still in the lead with Operasono in P2 and Broadbent P3. Chris McLennan coming through the field now. He's still on softs. We'll go to his driver cam to see what he's doing and see how far he has to turn the wheel, rotate the wheel just to get the car to turn. Oh yeah, he's starting to get very slippery. Looks like Junior's come back up in the pit lane. Not too sure if he's on wets or not at the moment. Junior's currently in pits. But Chris McLennan up in a P4. As we saw Alex Kittis come in for wets earlier on. Now that's definitely going to benefit, so we'll see what Kittis is doing. Kittis' last lap was 110, while the guys in front are slipping back doing the 109s on the soft. So the times are compatible, but if it gets any wetter, which it looks like it does, these guys are all scrambling into pit lane now. So it's going to be a pretty busy place to be. See if I can go back to the pit lane and see everyone in. So go Brad Mays in P8. They're all coming out now, so looks like they're switching to wets, as you can see from the tyre indicator on the far left hand side. They're definitely coming in. McLennan decided to go out. Opposano's jumped in. Broadbent's staying out. So that could mean a few seconds advantage as Broadbent's got Justin Bryce right behind him, but Bryce is in P10. Oh, and that's Bryce Royal on the wets, giving way to the guys up front, so that's a great job from him. He's in the Snowy River livery for Tickford Racing. Snowy River Caravan's a bit of a plug there. Chris McLennan on our driver cam there. The water really, as we see Broadbent just diving into pit lane now. We can see the white banner, the soft compound. We'll see if he goes to the wets at the moment. Oh, he skids through his pit box. Oh, he's going to hards. It doesn't look right, unless that's a software glitch. Not showing us the wet compound, but as he'll exit, we'll see what compound he'll be on. It's definitely wet. Okay. So Walker retains the lead now. Just going past. These guys are slipping all over the place. They really just can't afford to be lighting it up as they're losing too much time. As I see the timesheets, I've got so many varying times. Opposano with a 1:11 against Wayne Walker with a 1:28. So he looks like he's gained that time back. We'll go back to the timesheets now and see where everyone's fallen in place, and see if we've got any big movers or shakers throughout that pit exchange. We haven't shown Bradley Martin at the moment in cool as a cucumber in the Team Navy car. We'll cross to him as he's currently in P14, trying to come to grips with the wet weather. The sun's out, but it's still very wet at the circuit here, and that's typical Melbourne weather, all 4 seasons in one day. Coming up under the Jim Beam banner. The sun should dry the circuit out. We'll see if we can see what the weather forecast is doing, whether that cloud system has rolled through. Try and bring it across so you guys at home can see what's happening at the moment. It looks like it's clearing. It looks like the wind has turned and pushed the clouds back. So looks like it's clearing up, hopefully, and we should see it clear out in the next 5-10 minutes, but at the moment it's still very wet. Doesn't know what it wants to do. These guys don't know whether to swap back to the softs or stay out there on the wet, so we'll show you what the tyres are. Yeah, the guys are still all out there, other than Obatasano is on the wet tyre. Jaslowski braving it on the hards, as he's in Jaslowski. He's actually up in a P14, so he's doing a great job there. That's Brad Martin next to David Baker. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, it's very odd to see Bradley Martin not next to David Baker, but there you are. They're back together again. I thought I just heard a car go off in turn 1. Can't see who that is at the moment, but it's Bradley Martin defending against Scott Flack, but someone's just gone straight ahead. So these guys are slipping all over the circuit. They should really change the brake bias further back towards the back of the car, so the fronts don't lock up easily in the wet. Better just to trial brake and settle the braking down. So we see Flack just passing these guys now, as he's in P5. Obatasano down the main straight, still in P2 on his wets, lapping in a 117. But the guys on the wets are starting to drop those lap times now. They're getting used to it, lapping in the 114. So both Broadbent and McLennan and Flack are sitting in the 114s at the moment. Although it looks like Broadbent's come off a couple of times. I'll see where he's at. There he is, right behind. Braden Pritchard's on the softs. He needs to get on the wets. Just following Gabriel Nunes now, who's moved himself up into P15, doing a great job. Hopefully he pulls it up, but he's unable to. He's really got to start braking earlier, take it easy until the track dries out. Looks like Justin Bryce is trying to stay away from being lapped, as he's got Obatasano behind him from P3, and Bryce himself is up in P9. So it looks like the guys are lapping the guys from P9 down. So we can see Bryce there, and that's Christian Conn just going off. Looks like he's lost his steering. He's managed to get back on the track now. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but I was just fixing one of the guys who had a bit of electrical issues, lost connection with the wheel. So it looks like Teb's moved up into P5. I'll go through the order for you guys as well at home. And we've got Wayne Walker out on lapping in the 116s. Craig Broadbent also lapping in the 116s. Chris McClellan lapping in the 113s. Doing really well, smashing it in the P3 at the moment for Noble Host. I can hear the rain pouring down as we're watching. It's hard to see the circuit at the moment. The boys are slipping all over the place, but they're loving it. They've never driven in the wet before, so this is a new adventure for them. The headlights streaming down the back straight there. So McLennan, P3, Noble Host in the VR there. That's live, and he's got Daniel Batisano right behind him now, who's lapping the 113. So he's got a couple of seconds up on McLennan from the last lap. So this is going to get interesting down here. The boys are really getting used to the wet. I can hear the pit whistle going off. I'm not too sure who that is. It looks like Alex Kiddis has had to replace his wets. He might be back in because he actually came in early for his wets. And Obatasano trying to get up the inside. Chris is making him work for it, but he gets the job done. We see Bryce Royal just going off in the foreground there, just in front of these two. But it's just swap positions. Obatasano and McLennan. Harrison Tebb back in P5, who's about 5 seconds back there. Plenty of people still going off at the end of the straight, still not braking early enough, slowing the car down. Very slippery at the end there. Maybe there's a water puddle at the moment. When I said it was clearing up, it doesn't look like it. I think that front's coming back, so I'll just bring up the bomb. Oh. Well, the swirling winds have brought that front back, so yes, it's causing all sorts of problems there. So hopefully the guys will start to get used to it as we keep going down the field. Scott Flack in the VR getting used to that. He's lapping in the 118s, currently in P6. Matt Collins for MJ Build. He's just been overtaken by Chris Broadbent at the front of the field. But Matt Collins, P7, awesome job from him for MJ Build. Brad Mays behind him. See if I can see his camera that hasn't been working tonight. Doesn't look like it's working at the moment, so I can't bring that to you. It's a big pack running down the back straight there. We'll stay with these as we see how they manage to keep on track at the end of the straight. You can see when they're going to brake and how far out, about the 150, 200 meter mark, which is where they should. But look, Brad's just gone straight off there. We do have track limits on there, ladies and gentlemen, so they do get a certain amount of track limits allowed, you know, for mistakes like this, especially if it gets wet. But too much and they'll be penalised with a drive-through. Brad Mays trying to squeeze up. Oh, just collecting the curb, which has helped him stay away from Justin Bryce, who was almost in line to be collected by Brad, but Justin's moved back up into 8. And remember, at the start of the race, he was at the back of the pack. So for him to fight back to P8's an amazing job, and we can see how he gets it done in the inside driver cam there. Oh, I can see he's got motion seat as well. Johnny Jr.'s just spun around, just where's that? That's just coming out of turn 3 at the moment, but Justin managed to avoid that in front of him. So Justin Bryce with Service Australia in the Holden ZB, he's P8 doing a fantastic job, lapping in the 121. So Matt Collins in front of him's lapping in the 117. So whether he's on old wet tyres or not, I'm not too sure, as all we can see is the the headlights shining through the spray there. We'll see if we can see what he sees on his screen. And that's pretty much on board with, oh, and that's Christian Con going off. And I saw another one off to the left as well. So he's in the rooster tail of Daniel Opatisano, I think. And there's not much visibility there. He's got Chris McLennan, which he's just backed off there to let him through. And that's Chris McLennan going through, locking up there. You can see the tyre marks on the road there. It looks like they got Bill Cosmo in front of them, trying to negotiate through turn 2 and 3. Not the best place to let the other guys through, but they're doing the best they can. Justin Bryce really doing a great job, keeping the car under control. We'll see what braking marker they actually start braking on. You'll see on the left-hand side the boards 200, 150. So usually between the 100 and 50 do they brake, but now they're braking just at the 150, so you can see the difference in distance and how much it takes. Oh, he's pulled it down into first gear just to get the car to rotate, but he's done a great job. We'll see where he ends up at the end of the race. As we saw Brad Mays earlier, oh, struggling, really struggling on tyres, but he's still in P9 at the moment. Troy Cieslawski up in a P10. That's worth a shout out. Troy Cieslawski doing a fantastic job in the Ned Ford Mustang. He's in P10, just keeping it on the track, keeping it real. Great advertisement for Ned Whiskey. In saying that, I think we'll throw up a quick commercial. Okay, back on track. Troy's still in P10, just about to overtake Gabriel Nunes. He's been shown the blue flag, so we'll see if he moves over. A bit too far away to be giving way to Troy, but looks like Gabriel's gone straight off into the weeds there. Deserves our Jim's Mowing Award. In fact, probably half the field will be collecting that at the end of the night, thanks to Jim Mowing. Anyone who hits the grass gets a Jim's Mowing Award. I can't blame most of them tonight, but there it is. Because there's so much water and spray on track, I might give out some hose link coupons to some of these drivers. Looks like it's clearing up again, so lap 39 of 75, we're just over halfway, and the track is definitely drying out now. I can't see many rooster tails as we still go through the field. Bradley Martin in P11, coming around the back end of the circuit. He's rolling around for Team Navy. And he's got Craig Broadbent right behind him tonight as well, about to come through. Looks like that's Justin Bryce coming out of the pit, so he was in P8 and looks like he's going to rejoin in P11. So not a bad stop for him. He's thinks there's. I'll go back to the tyres to see who thinks it's going to dry up for the rest of the race. There's only Justin Bryce coming for the undercut, so he's not going to wear the tyres out too much, being a wet circuit. But is he going to struggle on those wets as he comes out on soft compound? We'll find out. We'll go back. So Justin's dropped to P11. Bradley Martin going up into P10. David Baker has just come out of the pits too. So it looks like he might have come in for a fresh set of softs. We'll see once the leaderboard scrolls through. Yes, he's jumped in on soft. So maybe he saw what Justin Bryce did and went, you know what, I need to do something here. So the earlier the better. So we'll keep an eye on their lap times as the race goes on, as we see Braden and Junior really struggling just in front of them. It's David Baker in P12. Looks like he's getting some fair bit of grip, so his lap times should be good. Matt Collins from mixing it up. Oh, Gabriel Nunes was in P15, but he's struggling back there. He's trying to get it in reverse and get back on the track. Oh, Cosmo and Mays up in the background. I don't know if you saw that, but they come together just out of turn 1. Where are they? Brad Mays just getting it going. It looks like Harrison Tebb's got through too, but I think he's yet to pit, so we'll bring up the tyre strategies to see where they're at. Yeah, most of the guys still on wets while it is slightly slippery. We'll continue through the field. Alex Kiddis in P13. He come in for wets early on in the race, and they probably thought he did a good job to get the jump on everyone, but he's probably dropped back. He was up into P4, as you saw earlier in the broadcast, but he's currently in P13. Alpha Aksu, the other Monster Energy car out there, he's in P14. Gabriel Nunes, as we saw before, in P15. Bill Cosmo in the Shell Helix, he's in P16. His last lap was a 1:15, so the times are definitely coming back down. They were up in the 120s, the 130s at one point during that heavy rainfall. We see Baker and Flack go into turn 1. Who's going to win? That's Baker pulling it up really well on the softs, and here he goes. Watch him climb the ladder. Collins has gone to hard, so he's gone. Matt Collins in P7, he's gone to the hard tyre. You can see the front end, it's not really working for him at the moment. It's still very wet, and he won't be able to get the temps up to get any benefit out of the hards, but he might go long towards the end of the race. So let's see if that has any effect. So Brad Mays just being overtaken by Troy Kozlowski, moving up in the 8th spot. I think that deserves an applause. Let's see if this works. Here we go. Troy Kozlowski, P8. Great job. He's got Justin Bryce right behind him, and that's for position. So we'll stay with this for now. And that's Brad Mace as well. So this is a 3-way, but they've got Craig Broadbent behind, who's up actually in the lead ahead of Wayne Walker. Or is he, as Kozlowski goes wide? No, Walker's just gone through. He's cutting the field at the moment. He's 105. No, sorry, I was looking at the fastest lap being his last lap, but his last lap, Wayne Walker, was a 124. So Braden Pritchard just rolling into pits now for his set of tyres. Scott Flack exiting pits, so you can see the, oh, looks like he's gone back onto the wet, so he's not confident to get back on the softs like the rest of the field. He's staying out. Broadbent into the pits as well. So he's stopped in, and he'll be, yes, he's gone to the softs. You can see the white compound now, so he'll be rejoining. Probably P3, P4. Opedasano is coming down the main straight. So where's Broadbent? He's coming out of pit lane, so it'll be, there it goes. There you see it overtaking right in the right spot. There's Broadbent in the background, and here comes the sunshine. This will try the track out nicely. Oh, he's just overshot turn 1, but no harm done. Maybe a bit of the Jim's Mowing Award as he sits back in P2. Chris McLennan, the last to pit, so if he wants to take full advantage of his position, he probably need to pit in for softs at the moment. We'll stay with him until he comes round to the pit entry, as Braden Pritchard's right behind him, really getting on top of these tyres at the moment. I can see he might be pitting Braden Pritchard. I'm sitting right next to him. No, he's going to sit on Chris McLennan's rear and take the draft down the main straight. Just see if I can show you Braden Pritchard. That's Braden on screen at the moment. As we see Bill Cosmo just in the background going off. Okay, so it looks like Harrison Tebb's gone half-half. He's got softs and hards on. Not too sure how that's going to play out, but he knows what he's doing. So maybe he's put the hards on the front where he knows they burn up, but we've got 30 laps to go, so it's a long way to go for that strategy. But we'll see how the boys fare. Chris McLennan stays out on track, but Braden Pritchard staying right behind Chris McLennan, doing an awesome job. His last lap was at 1:32, but that'll definitely change as he crosses the line, and here comes Oppo absolutely flying down the main straight behind McLennan. Oppo posting a 1:07 against Chris McLennan, 1:13 on that last lap, so he definitely wants to jump in the pits really quickly, otherwise he's going to lose out. You can see him losing out to cars that are well... Oh, he's trying everything he can. His tyres are really getting old for him, so he's really wrestling the car. So we can see on driver cam now in the VR, he's looking around to see what his stats are and whether to come in the pit. That's Oppo taking position for P2, leaving McLennan in P3 in the wets. Probably the last, maybe he'll hold out to the last minute and then jump on the hards. But we'll get back to that as we'll find out what the timing sheets are doing. Wayne Walker still out in front, absolutely smashing the field, 31 seconds ahead of Oppo. And it's Oppo and Broadbent who almost lost it there. We saw the tail just go out and wag. And Pritchard just giving way to Oppo Desano. Hopefully Pritchard holds it. So we see Broadbent coming around now, trying to get out of the melee. Gabriel just moving out of the way for the guys as he's got Chris McLennan coming up behind. I didn't go through the rest of the field. Back in 17's Johnny Jr. He deserves to be up there a bit further up, but he's been caught up in a few incidences, unfortunately. So he'll have to just put that down to experience for now as Gabriel Nunes is in P18. So that couple there, that's for position. Bill Cosmo sliding back into 19. Bryce Royal in this Snowy River Caravans entry, he's in P20, and Christian Conn had electrical issues. He had to pull out and rejoin the race. So I think I missed Eli Newman, who's in... Where's he gone? He's down into P18, so he's currently in the pits at the moment. And looks like he's gone to hard. So he's trying to make it to the end of the race with these tyres. We'll see how that goes as he rejoins in P19. So Walker now with a gap of only 22 seconds to Daniel Oppo. So almost 30, I think 13 seconds it was. The gaps come down. So Broadbent the next in P3, a further 5 seconds back. McLennan, who looks like he's just recently pitted. See what tyres he jumped onto. No, there it goes. So he is on the softs, and I think he's just coming out of pit lane at the moment. No. So just a bit delayed on the telemetry there. McLennan taking flak for P4. That was for position. Eli Newman right in the road there. Almost gets in the way of these two. Fortunately not. Let these guys race on. We see Chris McLennan on the driver cam down below. So you can see him working hard. It looks like he's looking out the right hand side. Maybe he's looking out the right mirror. He's just trying to make sure he's still got Scott Flack in his rear vision mirror, not his side mirror, as Flack comes up the left hand side now. So we'll get to see Flack just taking McLennan for position in the Noble Host entry. So that's Flack moving up into P4. So see if okay, looks like Flack and McLennan are the closest together on track at the moment. And Czeslowski in P12. Bradley Martin moves up into P11, and Baker from the back of the pack has moved back into P10. Not a bad effort from Baker there. If I bring in the season standings, we'll be able to see who's racing who. And Craig Broadbent's definitely dominating out front. He'll be hard to catch for the end of the race, especially when he banks a few points on this race. But Scott Flack, second in the championship, he's also right behind Broadbent. So he really wants to chase him down, double round points, and get ahead or even catch up to Broadbent. Harrison Tebb and David Baker are on the same point, so watch out for them. Baker currently in P10, and he's got a bit of work to do if he's going to catch Harrison Tebb. But anything's possible with 23 laps to go. It looks like the sun's cleared up. Track's dry. We're back to sunny, beautiful conditions down in Victoria, so that's what we want. Now we can see some real racing happening. And with the telemetry on the track map, top right hand corner, we can see two packs and some big gaps in there. So very congested on both ends. As we're watching David Baker in P10, he's got Bradley Martin close behind him too in P11, with Troy Czeslowski in P12. Alex Kiddis rolling around in P13. Slipping back behind, he's lapping. Timesheets aren't showing up. Alpha Axcu in the other Monster Energy car was struggling earlier on. It looks like he's gone, he's locked it up. Commentator's curse. Needs to get out of the way of Scott Flack as he tries to roll on and get through the corner. But the boys are there right on time, right on cue. That's Scott Flack and Wayne Walker. So, that's Scott Flack in P4, but he's got Wayne Walker, the leader, right behind him. So, Wayne Walker's lapped almost the entire field other than the top three. So that's amazing effort from Wayne Walker. That's why it goes to show that he's a true champion. Multiple championship winner. With Down Under Series versus Opedasano, who's multiple championship winner with Racecentre. And if you want to continue watching their battle, make sure you tune in this Saturday night as Dust hold their round of the V8s at Sandown. I can hear Pitt pit whistles, and it looks like Bill Cosmo's rolled in, and Christian Con succumbed to that earlier steering issues, so he's retired from the race. Bad luck, Christian. Just going to take this quick opportunity to scan around the Racecentre headquarters. So you can see that's Bryce Royal, and just in front of him is Johnny Jr. We can only see the side of his screen there. But if I pan across, that's David Baker in the far corner, and Christian Con out of the car now talking to him. And then we keep coming around. That's Braden Pritchard in the DeWalt Holden ZB. Then we can go to Gabriel Nunes, who's got his own camera on him. That's Gabriel Nunes. And then to the left of screen is two more drivers, Troy Cieslawski and Eli Newman, all racing from Entertainment Park. So great atmosphere when the boys get together. And yeah, all on full motion simulators. There's a big pack on screen now. Gabriel Nunes and Bryce Royal racing it, but they need to get out of the way for Scott Flack, who's coming through. See how they get it done. He's managed to come through. Gabriel hasn't managed to get out of the way of the faster car, and Bryce Royal, the other. Oh, Braden Pritchard just spun out just in front of them. Scott's managed to get through the field. I'm just going to write a note to the guys to obey the blue flags, because it doesn't look like they're being very alert with blue flags. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, you might have seen that on the Gabrielle's driver cam. One of the other drivers has had issues. We've got new direct drive wheels that cut out the feedback with R factor. So I just had to reset that. So Braden will drop back to the back of the field, but he's in it for the experience. So he'll roll back out of pit lane and onto the track in P20. Okay, 15 laps to go. The guys have been at it for well over an hour now, and they've got only 30 minutes to go. 15 laps, or 15, maybe 20 minutes to go, as we see Braden Pritchard just rejoining. Wayne Walker's still out in front, and he's ahead by 18 seconds. So Opposano is pulling back, but there's only 15 laps to go. He needs at least over a second a lap to regain, unless something happens with pit stops. And Wayne Walker's lapping Craig Broadbent in P3. Chris McLennan's still in P4, but he's on the other side of the track, and he's got Scott Flack charging him from behind once again. So he's managed to get that position back from Flack. Teb back in P5. Collins doing a great job out by himself. He's really, looks like he really loves this circuit. He's done a solid job to be in P7 all night. And Justin Bryce is doing what he can. Oh, got Broadbent trying to overtake two different sets of cars as Bryce is trying to lap Bryce Royal. And Craig Broadbent's trying to overtake Justin Bryce. So a three-way issue going, or not issue, instance going on there. And that can't be Wayne Walker behind there. No, it's not. I think that was Alex Kiddis. Okay, we're up to Ted Collins, Bryce in P8, Brad Mays up into P9 for Power Equipment, Yanmar. And Bradley Martin still in 10. I think another cheer is deserved for Troy Cieslawski in P11. There we go. Well done to Troy Cieslawski. He's absolutely smashing it in P11. David Baker's behind him in P12, trying to get back up the field as he's just pitted for the last time. I think he's out on softs. So we're back on the tyre strategy, and the front runners are on softs. Teb is on half and half. Collins on hard. So as I said before, maybe Collins is going to gain a few spots by not needing to pit later on. But depending on how hard those tyres are wearing out, we'll see. As Alex Kiddis is in P13. Alpha Axcu was the driver I was trying to mention before. So we just see Bryce Royal spinning, coming out the last turn just in front of David Baker in the back screen there. There's rejoining. Johnny Jr. Still around the P15 mark. He's moved up a couple of spots. Gabriel Nunez coming down the main straight in P16. I think that was Bradley Martin needed to pit. He's got 13 laps to go. So he'll definitely be on softs at the moment, and he'll just smash out those laps on the soft tyres. And Johnny Jr., Gabriel Nunes, Eli Newman moving up a few spots into P17 now. Although, as I said, that he's parked right in the back there, trying to let the drivers go. Just gingerly getting back off the racing line, as that's Oppadasano. Just trying to throw the drone up to see where everyone is on the circuit. You can see the track really rubbering up now. There's a massive bump in the middle there. You can see not much tyre wear hits the deck there, as the boys are really virtually jumping between turns 2 and 3. That's Craig Broadbent and Harrison Tebb. Broadbent in the orange and Tebb just falling out a shot there in P5. My guess is he has to... he'll have to pit once again. It's a great shot from the drone cam, circulating very high speed, but once they get up to top speed, the drone won't be able to keep up. Scott Flack back into P6. Tebb has moved up into P5, but Scott Flack's on one of the faster Sector 2 times at the moment. One of his PBs, so I'd say just come in for a fresh set, and he's out for blood, get a couple more spots before the end of the race. In 10 laps time, it's been a long race. It's been an eventful race. Oh, sparks flying off Harrison Tebb's car as he jumps the curbs there. He just wants to stay with Craig Broadbent so he can stay in front of Scott Flack right behind him. Scott Flack getting used to the VR, obviously. This is his first race with the VRs with us, so probably a huge learning curve for him. So it's done great to be in P6 at the moment, and obviously with all the rains really tested the graphics and the VR capabilities there. Okay, so Broadbent, Walker, the gap down to 13 seconds. Now, I'm not too sure if might have missed. No, it looks like Oppadasano just took 3 seconds out of Wayne Walker's time there. So with, what do we got? 9 laps to go, he's got 12 seconds. So sort of on call. He's definitely keeping Wayne Walker honest. Wayne Walker's really got to keep just circulating, smashing the big times there to stay ahead of Oppadasano. If he doesn't, if he makes a small mistake, then Oppadasano will be right on his tail in no time. So Matt Collins still in P7 behind Flack. Brad Mays in P8 down the back straight. You can see Eli Newman just behind them, and that could be Walker. No, that's Alpa Axcu in P14. Okay. And I can't see who that's coming at. I think that's Harrison Tebb coming out of pit lane. No, it wasn't Harrison Tebb. It wasn't Oppadasano. Yes, it was Oppadasano coming out of the pits. So all that good work's been nullified by that pit stop, but he's come out right behind Broadbent. Oh no, he's got a 14-second deficit to Broadbent. So really depends if Broadbent and Walker can stay out there. I think Oppadasano's on a final charge now, chasing down the top two. He doesn't want P3, he never wants P3. Says no. Bugger that, I want P2 minimum. Wayne Walker too strong tonight, really holding his own out front, showing everyone his true class. As he showed his dominance here tonight at Sandown in Melbourne. Around the Springvale Horse Circuit Turf Club. Also known as the home of horsepower. And there's the sign, as I say, at the home of horsepower. Sandown doubles as a race course as well for horses. Obasano definitely on a charge now. Walker still lapping in the 106s, the late 106s, Broadbent in the 107s. That's Flack behind, but that's not for position, so Flack will just use that to pace himself and to stay out ahead of Harrison Tebb, who's further back, yet to come round. So I'm just looking at the top 10 at the moment. Matt Collins is still in P7. Hopefully he stays there. He's got a 34-second buffer back to Collins, but he's only 3 seconds behind Harrison Tebb. So Collins, I'm sure from memory, is on the hards and Tebb's on a mix. So we'll see how that plays out. Chris McLennan circulating in P4. Looks like Flack's just got past Broadbent. That's not for position, that's literally just to unlap himself from Broadbent. To get further up the field, looks like Tebb's 14 seconds behind. So that's a comfortable position for Flack. So if that's Tebb 14 seconds behind, does that mean, no, he hasn't come in for pits. But as I say that, he is now jumping in the pits. For his last pit stop for the race. I think he'll go on with another set of softs. We can see the fronts are softs and the rear's hard, but he's gone soft for this one. It's going to be a late charge. He may lose position to Matt Collins in P7. So let's see where Collins is at the moment while Tebb's exiting pit lane. Oh, Collins has come in for his set, so that'll nullify as well. Collins almost making it last, but he had 4 laps to do it. Unfortunately, he's had to pit, so there you go. So this is Wayne Walker coming up on the back of Bryce Royal. And Wayne Walker's trying to get the draft of Bryce Royal. He does the perfect job in letting the leaders go through. He's managing to stay with him for a little bit, but he's just clipped the curb there. Actually, we are missing a driver. We have Braden Pritchard racing with us from inside Racecentre here at Entertainment Park, but I'm sure I saw Matthew Pritchard's name come up earlier in the evening, but I haven't seen him in the race. So looks like we could have 22 drivers start the race, but maybe he's having technical issues. But we'll continue. on board with Matt Collins in P7, quite comfortable, rejoining, putting the softs back on, and he is still in P7 with Harrison Tebb now in P6. Scott Flack is almost a full lap ahead of Harrison Tebb for P5, so that'll be a comfortable position. But where is Chris McLennan? It's a quarter of a lap. There's only 2 laps to go, so stay with Wayne Walker. There's no real battles going on at the moment. So we can see the time gaps on the left-hand side. That's the gap to the driver behind them. So you can see they're few and far between, even though there are some clusters on circuit. It's not for position. So Wayne Walker dominating the whole night tonight, through the wet, the cold, the rain, the spray. It's all been happening for him tonight, and everyone here, and they've all done really well. That's Harrison Tebb coming up on the back of Bryce Robb. Tebb looks like he'll finish in P6. Bryce Robb struggling to pull the car up, but he manages to get it done. That's Eli Newman in front of him as well in the Holden ZB. Eli currently in P17 with Gabriel Nunes just in front of him, P16. So let's see what Opedisano's done. He's actually claimed the fastest lap of the race, and here he is on the back of Broadbent, and this is for position. So with 2 laps to go, Opedisano's the master of pitting at the right time to maximise, and he's showing his class. He's got 2 laps to go. Chasing down Craig Broadbent down the main straight now. Will he get up inside? Broadbent's moving over to protect the line. Oh, he's got the undercut. He's getting the job done, but he's not in position for the next one. Broadbent will stay there, but he's managed to muscle the guy out. And that's Oppo moving up into P2. Great move, great racing from the pair of them. Could have easily ended up on the grass. But they're still together. It's not over yet. There's still a lap to go. We are on the final lap of the race. We'll see where Wayne Walker is quickly before we drop back to this. So he's coming around turn 1. These guys are on the opposite end of the circuit. And this is for position. So this is the hottest battle on track at the moment. Opedisano ahead of Broadbent. Got some new sponsors there. Hayek Media has joined us as well, as we see Braden Pritchard coming out of pit lane. But his final pit stop on the last lap of the race. And where's Opedisano? And that's Oppo going through, definitely on fresher tyres. He's been able to lap a lot quicker than Broadbent, taking a full second out of Craig Broadbent and half a second out of Wayne Walker. It's amazing how Walker can do that on old tyres, but he's managed to do that. He's coming out of the last corner now, lighting up the rears. Congratulations. And that's Wayne Walker finishing the race, taking the checkered flag. Congratulations to Wayne Walker. He's happy with that one. We'll go back to the battle. If it is a battle anymore, it's Opedisano and Broadbent in the yellow there. They'll be coming through to take second and third for the race. We were predicting that this would be the case, but I think Opedisano wanted a few more laps to charge down Wayne Walker, but he manages to get the job done. So that's here comes Chris McLennan. Down the back end of the circuit now. He's coming round to take P4. He's still got a few corners to go. Most of the cars have come through the field. Stay with Chris McLennan as he takes the checkered. board with him. He can't be pitting already. Not too sure that he's taken the checkered. I'm not too sure, unless my calculations are wrong, he should still be crossing the line. But he's waiting for Scott Flack to come around. I can't see what's going on, but to me, Chris McLennan is yet to cross the start-finish line. I'll bring up the race results because the leader has crossed the line. Wayne Walker taking the race. Congratulations to him in front of Daniel Brasano. Craig Broadbent. Looks like Chris McLennan did take the line there for P4. Scott Flack finishing in P5 with Harrison Tebb behind him in P6. Matt Collins, stellar job from him. Finishes in P7. Brad Mays moves up a couple of spots into P8 ahead of Justin Bryce and Bradley Martin. And the tail end of the field, David Baker not finishing in the top 10 but doing a great job after his incident at the start. Will finish in P12, and a great job from Troy Jaslowski from Queensland, racing with us here at Racecentre headquarters. Finishes in P12, great job from him. Alex Kiddis, P13. Alba Axku, we didn't see much of him tonight. He did pit early for wets early on, but it didn't pay off, and that probably cost him some valuable positions, finishing in P14. Johnny Jr. having a few mistakes off in the grass. Gabriel Nunes behind him in P16. Eli Newman finishing P17. Bill Cosmo and Shell Helix V Power Racing in P18. Ross Royal in P19, and Braden Pritchard finishing in P20. And 21 was Christian Conn retiring early with some electrical issues there. So that concludes the racing for tonight. I'll just bring you the schedule and see when you can tune in next time to watch round 10 of the V8 Supercars at Pukekohe. That'll be on the 10th of September. So make sure you tune in for that. And if you want to join us for the next round of the British Touring Car, make sure you let us know. On the 31st of August, we'll be racing at Barber Motorsport Park, based in America, and that's a great undulating, twisty, turning circuit. So definitely produce some great racing from them. Okay, so thanks for joining, and I hope we see you next time on the Racecentre V8 series.